is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand when everything around me is shaking. I've never been more glad I put my faith in Jesus. He's never let me down. He's faithful through generations. So why would he fail now? He won't. Oh! Whoa! What's going on, guys? You stumbled upon my quest for unlimited power. Oh! This is a bathrobe. It's a bathrobe. I'm not like a galactic emperor or anything in yet another multiverse. It's just not. I didn't mean that at all when I mentioned the Conqueror. That's a completely separate timeline other than this. But welcome back to And It All Ends with Stanley. This is another, let's get Lucille in here since we're going to start off this way. You guys are always catching me when I'm indisposed like that. It's not fair. It shouldn't happen like that. But hey, Jesus. We got another episode that might contain a few spoilers about the future of the MCU. Now, even though I do have knowledge of specific plot details, characters, things like that, I'm going to save those from you. I'm not going to spoil too much. I'm only going to tell you about the stories that are occurring, or at least the stories that they're building upon that have parallels in the Marvel Comics universe. So, that being said, we're going to jump right in with World War Hulk. Now, I don't have a lot of information about this, but a lot of characters from a different timeline or a different Hulk, namely the Incredible Hulk, have joined and re-signed the MCU. Liv Tyler is coming back as Thunderbolt Ross's daughter. The actor who played the leader, when the purple goo dripped on him and his brain started to swell up, he is re-signed to come back and play a villain in an upcoming movie, the property of which we don't know. It is not the Thunderbolts. It is not Captain America, which has been renamed Brave New World, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. It is not. So, we don't know what these characters have signed up for. Incredible Hulk characters signing back into the MCU for a project that we don't know. I don't know. I wore this. This is the antithesis of the Dream Coat, right? They have the Technicolor Dream Coat, and then you have black, which actually in a lot of countries does not represent death. Do you know that? And in a lot of countries, white actually represents death. Which is a little Easter egg for how I make my cuts sometimes. Anyways, that being said, drop a little Easter egg gold about the pod there. But that being said, a property we don't know signing a bunch of Incredible Hulk characters. I don't know, man. Feels like a thing, does it not? So last week I forgot to inform you guys who bought the Avengers /X Avengers /X Stark Tower. Who bought that? Well, it is none other than Sacha Baron Cohen's Mephisto. This ties into the Brave New World, which is going to tie into the Ironheart series. Ironheart series, technology versus magic. What happens? If anybody who read Dark Reign, if you read Dark Reign and the Marvel comic books, this is a storyline in which Norman Osborn, for whatever reason, usurps Tony Stark, becomes the new Tony Stark of the world, and then creates his own super team. It's not, I want to say it's the Justice, no, it's not it's the League of Superheroes, the League of Justice. It's a play on the Justice League. It's not the Squadron Supreme. We know that's something completely else. But it's like the League of Justice, or, excuse me, that's not correct. It's like the Justice Society or something along those lines. But it's a play on the Justice League. But he gets an Iron Man suit, and he actually is Iron Patriot. We saw Iron Patriot in the Avengers and the Iron Man movies, but actually that's Norman Osborn in the comic books becomes Iron Patriot. He gets the War Machine suit, mass produces a bunch of, Iron Man Sentinels, Dr. Octopus, the Scorpion, takes a lot of ex-criminals, and then turns them into, American League of Justice, America Justice Society, or something along those lines. And they become the Avengers. I can't remember specifically what happens to the heroes, why they were gone. For some reason, it might have been House of M. All the superhumans were gone. That doesn't sound right. But something along those lines, where the superhumans, the superheroes, were usurped or misplaced, and so they stepped in trying to, at first I think trying to take over the world, but eventually it turns into like, hey, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can, revive our name, restore our name. Maybe we don't have to be villains anymore. Maybe we can, actually, be this world's Avengers. So something like that. But that's what a play on this, except instead of Norman Osborn, it's gonna be Mephisto, and maybe Mephisto gets his own Iron Man suit. Maybe he goes to war with Riri Williams' little Ironheart. The MCU always takes liberties with the stories and who they slot in characters and who they don't. We got no Adam Warlock until long after Infinity War was over. That didn't happen at all, how it happened in the comics, Infinity War. So we'll see. We'll see what liberties they take. But that, from my understanding, is the plan right now. Mephisto's going to play, kind of a mid-level bad. A little more tertiary, not exactly comic, cosmic. But Secret Invasion is going to be coming out soon. Excited about that. We won't see anybody. I think we'll get War Machine, but we won't see any Thors or Spider-Mans or Captain Marvels. From what it's billed as, we're not going to get any of those heroes in this series. But hey, man, Sam Jackson. If I can just get one, MF out of there. I know you can't do that because it's Disney, but just let him say one. Can't nobody say that like Sam Jackson. He just needs to say it just one time. I know, how it's supposed to be, we're not supposed to like cussing or whatever, but Sam Jackson, if anybody can cuss, you gotta let Sam Jackson cuss. He's just so daggone good at it. Just let the man cuss a little bit. It doesn't feel right. Nick Fury wants to drop a bomb every once in a while. Let him do it. But Sam Jackson, the squeaky clean Sam Jackson, I don't like it. In this example, there's an excuse to cuss. Sometimes let that man cuss out a Skrull one time because it's not doing the right thing. Let it happen, just one episode, please, for the fans. Anyways, looking forward to that. Also, hey, interesting development that kind of merges pop culture and the MCU, joins it together, and then we can, merge the two things together. Johnathan Majors still in Loki season 2. He's still gonna play Victor Timely in Loki season 2. And here's the thing: reshoots were done. They already did reshoots. They already did that, everything they were gonna do, and they didn't reshoot his parts. They left him in it. I think that means something. But hey, you guys, Secret Invasion coming soon. We're gonna be checking in. I gotta get out of here. I gotta put down a rebellion in another part of the galaxy, and guys, these tools that I have to use are just so messy. But until we meet again, Excelsior, no one.